All right, USA versus Colombia. It's time to talk about the friendly. Give us a little preview predictions video with my boy Andres here. I think it's our first bit of USA content for the Copa America, actually. So we're going to talk about it. Before we get into it, though, make sure to subscribe for more USA-centered / Copa America-centered content. If you think the USA is going to make it to the group stage, leave a like on the video. And then let us know in the comments down below any opinions you have about this game. This is going to be a good game to start off. I think both teams have something to prove here. USA, of course, need to show that they can do something against CONMEBOL. Honestly, that's my big thing here. We don't know how good USA is against CONMEBOL teams. On a full-fledged competitive state, we don't really know. I don't know if they're going to be playing a B or if either team's going to be playing a B team. I think both teams should be playing a mix of both just to see a little bit of where we're at. But USA versus Colombia should be a rather good game. I'm just going to start with immediate score predictions, Andres. Give me your score predictions for USA Colombia before we get into any more, and then I'll reevaluate laterwards.
1-1. 1-1 draw.
Ooh, a 1-1 draw. Ooh, okay.
I think it's gonna be a close game. I think it's gonna be a close game, and I think it's gonna end in a 1-1 draw. Nothing crazy though. Nothing to solidify anyone's standings going into this tournament. But I think it's gonna be a 1-1 draw.
Honestly, 1-1's fair. I wouldn't be surprised with a draw. I could see someone edge out the other one just a little bit. If I'm gonna have to pick somebody, I'm gonna give it to Colombia. But USA, I think it's gonna be a close enough game where I think the USA still could finesse something here out of Colombia. USA, though, for sure, more so need the win here than Colombia. I think USA just has more to prove than Colombia does. Colombia are on a absolute thrasher right now. I think they're on a 20-something game. I think it was a 21, 22 game unbeaten streak, longest in world football. We talked about it on a YouTube short or a TikTok the other day. So if USA were to beat Colombia here, honestly, that'd be really big, not just for USA's sake, but also for Colombia's sake. If Colombia lose their unbeaten streak going into the Copa America, I think morale just dips so far there. If Colombia loses their streak going into this tournament here, I think it's gonna lose a lot of momentum for them going into the tournament, which they absolutely need. Absolutely need. If USA were to be the ones to stop that streak, the motivation and momentum for USA raises tenfold here.
I hope that doesn't happen. I'm just gonna let you know that now. I just hope they get smacked. I'm not gonna lie.
If you guys are first time viewers of the channel, Andres is a proud Mexican fan.
I'm a full-time US hater, even though I was
gonna say more so a full-time USA hater than proud Mexican.
No matter
fan,
what they do, I will always discredit them. No matter what. I don't care if they win this whole thing. Credit. I will discredit this. Wow. No, I've given credit. I've given credit against England. I gave them credit a couple of videos ago.
You give them credit if they win.
I'm taking baby steps. Okay, I'm taking some baby steps here.
Okay, USA at least. There are a few players that I want to see give us a good showing to at least alleviate some pressure for the tournament. Number one is going to be Joe Scally for me. Joe Scally at right back. He is undoubtedly the starting right back. I think he's the only or one of two out-and-out right backs in the squad with the absence of Serginho Dest because he did have a rather gruesome injury. A brutal injury is going to keep him out for a long time on the sidelines. They bring such different things to this USA teams. Joe Scally has undoubtedly been the worst performer for the USA, which is why I want to see Joe Scally give a little bit to us, and I want to see more so Gregg Berhalter know how to use Joe Scally better. Gregg Berhalter cannot come in with the same system that Serginho Dest flourishes in and expect Joe Scally to give us a similar output. Joe Scally is way more defensive, a much more defensive right back, more of a fullback than a wingback, whereas Serginho Dest gets up the pitch, can score goals, can assist goals, can cross. So Joe Scally is going to be the name at the top of my list as to players I think you guys should watch as well, because that is a huge difference here compared to the USA of the past. But against Colombia could be a rather good thing because Colombia has some very, very fast wingers down the left-hand side that I think Joe Scally might be a little bit better to combat with because Serginho Dest would have to make up more space to come back. Is there any players, Andres, that you want to keep an eye on here for Colombia or for the USA, either one?
I'm going to say Matt Turner. Now.
Oh.
You're going to be like, why? He hasn't had a lot of game time.
Yeah.
Especially Nottingham Forest, he lost his starting spot. Moved from Arsenal to get more game time. Lost his starting spot. Honestly, hot take. I don't think Matt Turner is that good.
Okay.
I think there's better US goalkeepers out there.
Such as?
Dude, what's his name? Dude,
where's we have play? Ethan Horvath. We have the guy at Colorado Rapids who played for City. Oh, Ethan Horvath. Okay, yeah.
I think he
had his moments for the USA.
Yeah, well, obviously that the big one was against Mexico with the pen save. But
I just remember.
No, I don't think Matt Turner's just not it for me. I think he's lanky. I think that saves him a lot. But I think foot wise, he's kind of shit.
Yeah, his distribution is poor.
His distribution is poor, but I think he just has also in general has poor footwork. He relies way too much on his linky arms. Anyways, not gonna dissect him entirely, but I'm looking at that just purely because he just hasn't had a lot of game time going into this tournament, going into the international break overall. So this is gonna be big for him. I'm not really worried about the rest of the team because they're gonna perform how they perform usually. So I'm not really.
It's so interesting for the USA national team because for a little bit there, goalkeeping was something that the USA lacked for a while after Tim Howard. We've had a lot of decent goalkeeping prospects in the past few years. They haven't really panned out to be what we kind of hoped they would be. Matt Turner has been solid for the USA in general. So we can't complain against that. For CONCACAF wise, he's a very solid goalkeeper. One of the best in the region for sure. It's CONMEBOL now. And that's my issue here. Against Colombia, I don't know if he's going to be solid enough. There are some goalkeeping prospects that we can see to replace him in the next few years. Gago Slanina, who's plays for Chelsea. We also have Diego, I think, Gochan, I forget how to pronounce his last name, but he plays in the Barca Academy. We have Andres as well. No, I'm just kidding.
Hey guys, thank you. I'm looking great forward to this opportunity in the future later down the road. 2030 World Cup.
Damn. Another player I want to look at is going to be on Colombia side here, and that's Yonderan. Played in the MLS for Chicago, moved over to Europe in Aston Villa, and was on fire this season for Aston Villa. I think he finished with over 20 goals for the club in the Premier League. So Yonderan, I want to see how he does against CONCACAF and CONMEBOL teams, but obviously against the USA here. I would like for them to start him. I think he'd be a good shout just to kind of see what the levels are at for Colombia. So I do hope to see a Yonderan start and just to keep an eye on him. Also keep an eye on him for the sake of American defenders. He's a very different profile of player than we're kind of used to playing in CONCACAF. He's just pacey, finesse, flair, and he just gets past the goal, which is something that our defenders oftentimes have struggled with. But I really am. I really am interested in seeing how they play against them, especially with going to be a different round of center backs here, hopefully with like CCV, Cameron Carter-Vickers, and whatnot. So Yonderan is a player I would keep an eye on, and another, I guess not player, but member I want to keep an eye on is Gregg Berhalter. Gregg,
big boy Gregg.
You need to prove yourself here. This needs to be his last opportunity to prove something. I don't know of anybody with a platform that supports the USA and has Gregg Berhalter's back. He needs to do something here. And by doing something, I mean he needs to set up the team in a way that takes advantage of Colombia's weaknesses. Sounds simple. It sounds simple, as well as USA's strength. It sounds simple, but it seems to not be for Gregg Berhalter. Don't be stubborn with his system that he has. Give us something a little bit different. Yeah, for real. Give us something a little bit different against Colombia. So give us some good substitutions. Give us a good starting lineup. That
I think that's where Gregg struggles, is the changes in the game that he has to make.
Yeah,
like the subs are horrendous usually, and then like the in-game changes at halftime are also usually horrendous.
Yeah, exactly. Oftentimes there's no good switch up from the current system, whether it's working or not. First half, if it's working, either he'll stick with it too long, to the point where the other teams figured this out and they've changed, or he doesn't change it enough if things are going bad. So Gregg Berhalter, just give us something. Give us a starting lineup that shows us both first team players and allow us to see some second team players. Just see how they're going to perform. If they can get more game time, I just want to see that. I just don't know if Greg's going to do that, though, is the only issue. He'd be one of the players to watch, or one of the people to watch, personnel to watch. Colombia, on the other hand, individually there's not much to pay attention to for Colombia, because I think Colombia works best as a unit here, and will continue to work best because that's what they've been doing. There's been no standout name for Colombia that's been guiding them to this unbeaten streak, and I think this guy's stick with that. There's nobody that in particular I think you need to focus on for Colombia against the USA in particular, besides Yonderan. I mean, obviously there's other players that you could focus on as well, and I'm sure if anybody in the comments wants to let us know who they'll be focusing on, then feel free to tell us, because we will read that. But Colombia, I just want to focus on them as a team. I think they need to look good here still. I think if they don't look good here, I don't think it'll take too much away from the game, from the tournament. But if they look good here against USA, I think it should give up a lot of backing going to the tournament and change a lot of minds. I don't know if you agree or not, Andres, but USA they're not a dark horse per se, but they are a team that could cause problems.
Top 5 in betting odds.
top 5 in betting odds. I would say top 5 favorite behind the big 4. So I would say the number 5 favorite for sure.
Oh, you're putting Mexico in there. Okay.
No.
Hey, you got to be specific on the top 4 you're talking about. Betting odds, they're top 4.
No, then I'll go over it then. Argentina, Brazil, Uruguay, Colombia. Then it goes USA. Mexico, then Mexico are somewhere in the bottom. I don't know, somewhere elsewhere.
We're near Bolivia, dog. You know where Bolivia's at? We're in that. Bro. We're in that. We're chilling with Canada, bro. We're chilling with Canada. Canada and Mexico are homies at the moment.
Mexico's very mid of the collection there.
No, we're like low mid. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean,
we don't deserve low tier, but we also like kind of do it at the same time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's fair. They don't. They're better than some teams. Like higher odds than Panama, Costa Rica, Bolivia, Canada, maybe by a little bit. Maybe higher odds than Peru.
Okay, yeah, maybe higher odds than Peru. Definitely higher odds. Honestly, I was gonna say Hungary, and then I was like, this isn't the Euros. My brain is not functioning. I was on the wrong video. That was yesterday. That was yesterday. Oh, no, I'm locked in. Not really.
I'm gonna stick with 1-1 if I'm being honest. Yeah, your 1-1 was a good shout. 100%.
Ball knowledge.
Well,
put a bet on it, people. Put a bet on it. Put a bet on a draw. I'm telling you, I won't make you money, but I can give you advice.
He can't even make himself money. So
okay.
Shit, man. You brought up betting.
But you didn't brought up betting. I'm just trying to. You didn't have to bring up my woes,
shortcomings,
my woeful performance.
I'm trying to help out the audience here to not.
I hit big one time. One time. I won like one Hail Mary and it worked. Shout out the Japanese. Appreciate you guys.
Big up the Japanese. That's true. But okay, well, unless you have anything to add on, Dress, I think I've got everything covered here for that game.
Put bets, bet money.
Don't put bets.
100%. You got nothing to lose.
And if you do, you literally have your money to lose.
Got nothing to lose.
Bet.
Don't even worry about
unless
the
you're really
situation.
Confident.
Don't worry about it. Just bet.
All right.
That's my final thing. That's my final thing.
That's all we have on the video for you guys before this gets demonetized because we're promoting harmful activities. I hope you guys do indeed watch the game, and then obviously let us know in the comments down below what you guys think about whether what we said, or you have anything else to say for yourself. Let us know at least your predictions. I want to know what you guys are going to say about this game. Otherwise, we have a lot of content coming out in the future. Subscribe now to get the first dibs on the views on those videos. And yeah, that's all we have for you guys. We'll see you later this weekend.